Sometime this week, the Army Corps of Engineers will begin pumping water from flooded wildlife land south of the lake into the Everglades. And the goal is to go ahead and drain enough water from that area to relieve the Caloosahatchee and St. Lucie rivers from those water releases in the long run. If they're successful, the Corps will likely use the same process with Lake O. But this isn't the only problem along our coasts.
It's just extreme. I have to run from it. I have to spend hours and hours trying to get away from it.
He's talking about red algae, which is also plaguing our pristine beaches, and it's likely the reason for respiratory problems among beachgoers and for some recent fish kills. The latest concentration map just released by Florida Fish and Wildlife shows low to medium levels of red tide along Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties. Now, Florida Fish and Wildlife officers say that is a slight improvement compared to last week.
But as 4 New Corners' Mark Jackman explained, Southwest Florida is not out of the woods yet, and many fishermen have noticed.
The affected waterways in Southwest Florida are becoming more than just a concern for the tourist industry.
We're trying to, do a service here for, our country. We're fishermen. We catch our fish here legally. It's all, regulated by our state. And then, we're trying to feed our American people.
Harvey Hamilton Jr. is a native third-generation working captain and commercial fisherman and says he's seen an impact from the Lake Okeechobee releases.
There's people that I will take out there that will not come back. That's for the charter business. And for the commercial fishing, you're just not going to catch as many fish.
Fishermen tell us they've recently spotted intense fish killings along the coast, something that's expected when there are red algae blooms. But the mixing of nutrient-laden Lake O water concerns many that make their living on the water.
The red tide is already out there. So once that red tide and that stuff mix, it gets much worse. And just the color of the water for people around this area, they don't want to see it.
And that means more money spent on fuel, chartering guests to areas that aren't affected by the brown water. And there's still no guarantee those tourists will come back next year. On Pine Island, Mark Jackman, Fox 4, in your corner.
Now, scientists say that researchers have been trying to use an inorganic compound, it's called copper sulfate, to try and kill off red tide, but so far they have not been successful.
All new tonight.